Good morning friends. As we are studying the different classes among the subphylum Vertebrata, in the last video we had discussed about the first two classes, that is Cyclostomata and the Pisces. Now the next class that we have to study today is the class Amphibia or the amphibians. All of you are familiar with the amphibians. What are the amphibians? These are the animals which can live in water as well as on the land. They are called as the amphibians, and the common animal that belongs to the class Amphibia, that is the frog. We all are familiar with this frog. Now we will see the characters. They are strictly showing the aquatic mode of habitat during their larval stage. We know that the female frog that lays the eggs in a water, and the hatching of the eggs, it takes place in water, and after that the small larvae, they are coming out, and these larvae, they shows the aquatic life. They are free swimming in water, so that at the larval stage, larval means the primitive or the early stages of development. In these stages of development, they are aquatic in their mode of habitat. They, after attaining the maturity, the amphibians, they can live on a land, and they can perform the aquatic as well as the aerial mode of respiration. Look at here, in case of the amphibians, the respiration, it is with the help of gills, also it is with the help of the lungs. In the larval stage, the gills are present for the respiration. After attaining the maturity, the adult which come outside the water body, it shows the respiration with the help of lungs. This frog, it is the best study material. In the zoology, frog, it is the best study material. Whatever, there are much more similarities. Lots of differences are also there, but there are much more similarities among the frog as well as the mammals. So whenever we are doing the study at that time, in the previous time, the dissection of frog was there, but nowadays it has been banned because of the decreasing number of these animals. Okay, the two pairs of appendages are present. Appendages, the organ for locomotion. The forelimbs and hind limbs. Like to that of us, we are having the forelimbs and we are having the hind limbs. So in that similar way, the two pair of appendages are also present in these frog or the amphibians. Then digits without claws. Digits are present, both of, but the claws, they are absent in this animal. Exoskeleton is absent, and the skin is kept moist for the respiration. We know that this frog, it is generally we see this animal during the rainy days, but in the rest of period in a year where the frog it undergoes the resting period. That is a hibernation and estivation period. Shitakal Samadhi and Ushnakal Samadhi. During the winter as well as during the summer days, it enters in deep inside the soil and form a burrow and remain at that place. And during this period, it shows the respiration with the help of skin also, cutaneous respiration. In case of the frog, three types of respirations, they are present. And external ear is absent, but the tympanum is present. External ear, where is our external ear? This is our external ear. Such a type of external ear is absent in the amphibians, but tympanum is the eardrum. Tympanum is the eardrum, and this tympanum is present in the amphibians. Look at here friends, whenever we are studying the chordates, at that time we should have to compare with the human body so that we can easily understand that. Okay, then neck is absent, but the eyes are prominent, and they are with the eyelids. The neck is absent. Our body is divided to head, neck, trunk and tail. But in case of the amphibians, the neck is absent. and the eyes are with the eyelids. They are provided with the eyelids. Okay, and the example, there are many animals which belongs to the amphibia, that is frog, toad and salamander. We will see the pictures. Yes, this is the diagram which is given in our textbook, that is about the frog. The body organization or the organs, they are given here. The skin, trunk is present like to that of the human being. Tympanum, mouth, nares means the opening, nostrils. We call our nostril, but here there are the external nares are present. Then forelimbs and here the same, that is a toad, another species of this frog. Now look at here. This picture I got from the internet. Here many amphibians they are shown. All these belongs to the amphibia. Now look at here. Here is a frog. You are familiar with the frog. Toad is given, small size. You might have seen it. Then salamander, सरड्यासारखा दिसणारा प्राणी, पण सरडा नाही. सरडा जो आहे that belongs to the reptilia. Here this animal, it belongs to the amphibians. Okay, now look at this. Here it is a caecilian. Okay, here this animal, it is found in a burrow. It is found in a burrow and just a snake-like animal, but not the snake. Why we have to study all these animals? Because it tells us the common ancestry. It tells us about the connecting link. When we study all these, here it is a newt, just like to that of the crocodile. Okay, and when we study these different animals, their structure at that time, we can find that from the amphibians, the reptiles might have been evolved. Isn't this animal looking like that of the snake? Yes. So that we can say that from the amphibians, the reptiles, they might have been evolved from the amphibians. Here, this is a salamander. It is like to that of the wall lizard. Isn't it? So that we can say that by studying this different animals, we can find the common ancestry among the animal, and this plays a very important role in the process of the evolution. Okay, now the next class that we have to study, that is the class Reptilia or the reptiles, crawling animals. Those animals, they crawl. Crawl means sarpatnare. Okay, all they belongs to the class Reptilia or the reptiles. The first character among the reptiles or the reptilia is that these are the first true terrestrial animal with the creeping movement. First true terrestrial. Up till now we had studied Cyclostomata, Pisces and the amphibians. Cyclostomes, they are the marine animal we had studied. Then Pisces, they are strictly aquatic in their mode of habitat, fishes. Then amphibians, we had studied the frog. In this frog, it shows both the aerial as well as a terrestrial mode of habitat. Sorry, not aerial, aquatic as well as the terrestrial mode of habitat. But here, these are the animal which shows strictly the terrestrial. Terrestrial म्हणजे भूचर, जमिनीवर आढळून येणारे. Okay, so these are the first two terrestrial animal with the creeping movement. Creeping, to creep or to crawl. पाल बघितले सर्वांनी. ती कशी सरपटते. साप हा पण फॅमिलियर आहे. Most of the animal that belongs to the reptilia, we all are familiar with these animals. Okay, these are the cold-blooded animal, that is a poikilotherium. Now this word again comes. What is a cold-blooded? These are the animals whose body temperature fluctuates with the atmosphere. They are called as the cold-blooded animal. They are also called as the poikilotherms. आणि दुसरं कुठलं आहे? Which is the next? Homeotherm. We are the what we are? We are the warm-blooded animals. We are the homeotherms. Our body temperature does not changes with the atmosphere. Okay. Then they creep on land as their body cannot be pulled up. There are many reptiles where the limbs are present, but they are very weak, so that it cannot afford the body weight. So that such a reptiles, they crawl. They crawl. For example, lizard, it crawls. Snake, It does not have the legs. Snake is also one of the classic example in which is according to the laws of Charles Darwin, that the legs they may present in the past in a snake, but during the course of time, according to the Darwinism, those organs that we are using, they will evolve, and those organs that we are not using, they will disintegrate, or they will dissociate from our body. So in that way, the legs which were present in a snake, they were useless for the animal, so that during the course of time, the legs they disappear. They might have been disappear. Okay, so skin is dry and scaly. Skin is dry. You can see many reptiles around us. The scales, they are also present on the body of this animal. Okay. Neck is present between head and trunk. Means the body is divided into head, neck, trunk and tail. Like that of the mammals. In these reptiles also the body is divided. Then external ear is absent. Here our external ear. The external ear is not present in this animal. Okay. Digits provided with the claws. Digits are with the claws. नखं असतात. ओके, डिजिट्स बघा, पाल कशी चढते वर, ती स्वतःला पकडून ठेवते. तुम्ही घोरपडीबद्दल ऐकलं असेल. शिवाजी महाराजांना भरपूर त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही त्या जेव्हा इतिहास वाचता त्याच्यामध्ये त्याचा उल्लेख केलेला आहे. ओके, सो दीज आर द रेप्टाइल्स विच आर हॅव्हिंग द क्लॉज अँड दे आर हेल्पफुल देम इन क्रिपिंग और द क्रॉलिंग. ओके, देन examples, that is a tortoise, lizard and snake. Here there is a picture, that is a wall lizard. We are all familiar with the wall lizard. It is a common animal found in our houses. Eyes are present, scales are present on the skin, legs are there and tail. The common organs, they are present in this animal. So in this way, we had completed the 2 classes in this video. The next classes we will see in the next video. Thank you.